Welcome to the fifth installment of Nancy Reagan Drawings. This first image is a picture of her that's based off of the appearance she had when she was First Lady of California back in the late 60s, early 70s. Um, Her appearance changes significantly between being First Lady of California and the United States, in that she has a lighter hair color by the time she reaches the White House, whereas when she was younger, her hair was damn near as dark as mine. Wow, probably a little bit brighter, but you get the idea. It looked very dark brown. Um, and this dress she has on is based off of a picture of her with then Governor Reagan, and I think it was their son Ron, where it was like a gray kind of collared, short, sleeveless gown that was like very, very slimming and kind of just, I don't want to say plain, but not not really detailed. Like, you have the collar, and besides that, it's just your basic light gray dress. I like the facial structure here. I think this is one of my closer likenesses to her. The hair is, and I guess this is the problem with the images of her back then versus when she's First Lady, where she doesn't get photographed as often and you can't really get all the different angles. But she has something of a bouffant, but it's like a smaller version of it, where like she always had short hair just throughout her entire life. You never see Nancy with long hair, but it's more of a stylized sort of short look that also has like pieces kind of going upward, where like you can tell the back is the way that it always is, right? Where it's like, it's kind of like mine, where it just doesn't really have like an oomph to it, like any kind of push, but there's the part at the top that's kind of receding forward. um and it's a look I quite like. In fact, I kind of want to draw Nancy more from that period, like the earlier periods of her life, because she has several distinct appearances. But especially, I like her physical um characteristics as First Lady of California, probably the most of any of her looks, because I just like her with darker hair. I think it looks very nice. And this was my first attempt at trying to draw her from that era, from that, late 60s, early 70s period. And I think if I were to try again, I probably would want to do her with more people from, California, and just, stuff that's related to statewide issues from that time period and of that era. But yeah, this is the first time I've done her in that style, and I quite like it. This one is another drawing of Nancy wearing my coat. I was drawing her one day. There was a picture of her where she kind of had her head turned while standing with President Reagan, and I liked the way her hair looked, where it was sort of, you could just kind of see how full it was, and the angle was when I just really enjoyed. So I said, oh, I want to draw her from this angle, but sort of like repositioning the body, because in the picture she had her head tilted, whereas in this there's a tilt, but it's obviously you can see her from the front. And I quite like her lighter hair color contrasting with the beige of my coat, because I think they kind of go well together, in the sense of like they're both different forms of they're both lighter colors, but one's obviously darker than the other, and I just feel like they complement each other. Like you could have that kind, if you get a shirt of the color of Nancy's hair from when she was in the White House with the coat, it would probably be just as nice in terms of like matching or going together, and just not clashing at all. And I like the bone structure on this one too, where she has this very like prominent smile. um and I gave her like a basic earring. But this might be one of my go-to pictures of her. I quite enjoy it. I probably wouldn't say I like it as much as the one I have from the first video, the first Nancy Reagan drawing video, but it's still pretty to me. And then this is well, myself as Nancy once again. This, when I did my outfits video, I talked about how that white dress she had was one of my favorites, because I like the design of and how simplistic it is. Just this white dress with some black on it, and then like the black polka dots that have like a red one just kind of interspersed, where you can tell it's not as many of them, but there's still multiple where they make an impression, or you can, there's like a pattern to it that's not as prominent as the other. Um, I did like lift the face from the previous from part 4 of this, but I drew the whole body differently, just to kind of like give a full. I at first I was thinking of doing a full body image again. I decided against it because I just wanted to mostly focus on the gown, which I like so much. In the background, because I always try to draw Nancy with prominent Republicans from that era. I have Alabama Democrat Hal Heflin and South Carolina Democrats Fritz Hollings. And I put the two of them there because they were both in the Senate when Nancy was First Lady. I haven't really drawn them before, so I kind of wanted to just test my mettle with some new people. And because I'm like more, I guess, left-leaning, right, I thought it would be a nice contrast, like draw the Republican First Lady with Republicans, and then you as a left-leaning. I still am just like whatever on being called a Democrat, but just with, just the represent the other side every now and again. It's nice. I like it. I like the way the arms are done. I think the gown, you can see most of its details. Yeah, these are fun. I quite enjoy them. And really, I like just the contrast. She has my stuff, I have her stuff. Just seeing what kind of outfits would look like on this person or that person. Some variety. And in the future, I do want to do more, congressmen and senators, and even some celebrities, like Rock Hudson, who she was close to prior to him getting AIDS. So I just want to like kind of touch base because I haven't done one of these in a while, but it's nice to be back.